What was the creepiest thing you witnessed that made you believe in supernatural stuff? I was riding my bicycle down a narrow path. Maybe 30 meters in front of me was an elderly woman also on a bike. I was going fast and catching up to her quickly. I was a couple of meters from passing her when the path took a right turn and she was out of my sight for a second. I should have been right behind her after I, too, had taken the right turn, so imagine my surprise when she had just vanished. There was an open field to the left, a highly fenced-off area, with no gates, to the right and one straight road ahead of us, no trace of her anywhere. I know the area well and there is no way she could have been hidden anywhere. This woman just went poof and it puzzles me to this day. That was your previous lap and you're doing a worse time. I wouldn't call it creepy necessarily, just odd. Obligatory background story: my brother passed away a few years back. When my mom and I would visit his grave, a small pinwheel she'd put out there would spin. My mom swore that it would spin any time she'd visit. I never disagreed, as it would be rude to do so. But I didn't believe in anything like that. However, recently, I went to visit him and I guess I was feeling bitter and cynical. So I said something along the lines of, "I'm not an idiot, I know that thing will spin no matter what. You're not here anymore." Mind you, it was windy outside. And the thing just stopped spinning. Just stopped completely. I was shocked and cried for a little bit. I have no idea what it meant, or if I'm thinking about it too hard. At the last house we lived in, when the bed in the master bedroom was set up a certain way, some nights it felt like a cat or small dog would jump up and settle in one particular spot toward the foot of the bed. I didn't think too much of it but jokingly mentioned having a ghost cat to my husband one time only to find out he had been feeling the exact same thing in the same spot. BC of his schedule we slept at different times. If one has to have a ghost, a sleepy pet ghost is a good choice. I had a ghost cat too. My cat always slept on my throat so I knew he wasn't the one. But almost every night I would feel a cat jump onto the foot of my bed, walk in a circle, and lay down. Whenever I looked nothing was there. Ghost cat and my cat were on good terms. My cat would watch but not intervene or get jealous, so that's good. For about 6 months after my husband and I had to put our first car to sleep, I would feel him jump on the foot of the bed, on my side, and groom himself. Usually it would wake me up in the middle of the night. He used to do it when he was alive and the sensation of him grooming himself was very distinctive, so I never had any doubt that he was visiting us. Last year we had to say goodbye to our sweet Siamese ladies. They were litter mates and we're about 14 and one was diagnosed with bladder cancer in early November and the other suddenly had kidney. One failed and 3 other was blocked, failure just after Thanksgiving. We lost the one with cancer exactly 2 weeks later. I was devastated. I'm still very sad about it and I've been wishing so hard for a visit from them. I loved them so much. I was 21, looking for a new apartment/room to rent, and had an appointment in the morning to meet a guy I found on Craigslist who was renting out a room. I told my mom that I had an appointment the next day. That night I had a dream that I went to the house. He led me inside and showed me the room, and then when I walked past this stairwell that led to a basement, he pushed me down the stairs. Then he tied me to a bed. I woke up sweaty and obviously freaked out. I looked at my phone and my mom had sent me a text a few minutes before saying, "I'm having a weird feeling, don't go to that guy's house, he's bad." Not sure if supernatural like ghosts or just intuition, but it certainly felt like something was keeping me from going there. I didn't go obviously. I'm convinced someone never left our current apartment because I have almost the same experience. Several times when I'd walk past our bedroom into our office, out of the corner of my eye I'd see someone sitting on the edge of our bed. It looked like a woman, because it felt like whoever it was had long hair and was rather petite, for as much detail as I could see in a quick peripheral shot. Every time I'd double take there would obviously be no one there. It happened about a half dozen times. It never scared me, and it didn't feel unsettling, but it sure as hell caught my attention. This will probably get lost in the thread, but it was when my wife was about 7 months pregnant. We were both in the bedroom and she asked me to turn off the bedside light. I was about 5 or 6 feet away from it, and she was sprawled out all pregnant like on the bed. Within a few moments of her asking me, the light turned off. We both heard the click of it too. We just kinda shrugged it off, but it still weirds me out to this day. I have a really active imagination. And when I was younger it was much worse. I also had some pretty bad older siblings and was super isolated. So I, like many small children, had an imaginary friend I called Jack. He was this little brown-haired boy with light tan shorts, a pinstripe shirt, suspenders and round glasses. We played all the time. And when my mom asked me about it and I explained to her what he looked like and even told her some pretty specific details about him. We later learned from some research my mom did that I was describing a little boy who had died in the house when it was first built. My description and the details I knew matched up perfectly. It was super weird. And made me truly believe in most supernatural things.